American Pimp, directed by the Hughes brothers, Albert and Alan Hughes, who directed Menace to Society and a bunch of other movies. From Hell.
Any other documentaries? Ooh, From Hell, Johnny Depp's.
Yes, they did direct a documentary that is very good. They directed one of them directed a documentary about Jimmy Iovine for HBO. Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, and all about Interscope Records.
And they directed that the October 7th documentary, right? So
what happened October 7th? My question is, why did you pick this movie? Why did you pick this movie over Pimps Up, Hose Down?
Because this movie's way better.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, isn't Pimps Up, Hose Down the movie that ripped off American Pimp, that they were working with that guy and then he decided to make his own documentary on the side, and they were like, they ran into him at the Players Ball?
Oh, maybe. Well, that's some history I didn't know about.
That's what I heard.
Pimps Up, Hose Down did have a white pimp, though, not like Dennis Hoff, an actual regular pimp. Mr. White Folks.
I just said it was an HBO doc.
Yeah.
The same one as Small Town Ecstasy, because it was American Undercover, right? Same series.
Oh, all right.
Just reading some facts off of
Wikipedia. Yeah, they have like hundreds of America Undercover documentaries. We used to do one a month, so it was a great series. The best one, of course, is Life of Crime, your OG, and then the Lowell, Massachusetts crack smoking one that was the basis for The Fighter is really good. There's all sorts of great American Undercovers, but American Pimp I wanted to do because, you know, this is more cinematic. This is a movie. This isn't just a little HBO documentary. This is a cinematic experience. This movie was released in the movie theaters and it got terrible reviews.
Well, of course.
The critics hated it. And why did the critics hate it, Mike? What did they all say?
They just didn't get it, I'm sure. I mean, they didn't understand it. They probably was.
This is what they also.
They were probably like the white people at the beginning.
They don't show the negative side of the pimp lifestyle. They don't talk to the hoes. The hoes don't get their chance to speak.
But they did.
Glorifies pimping.
Man, William pinched his nose to say that, by the way.
The one dude ended up in jail. What? The one dude ended up in jail, and they did talk to a bunch of hoes. So the critics are wrong.
They had to. They're mad because they never said pimping is bad.
I hate these motherfuckers that both sides the pimp game. You know what I mean? They try to play both sides.
What do you mean?
These fucking nerdy little bitches that William was imitating. Because it's all about the pimps, right, guys? We don't need to hear from the hoes.
The Johns.
Right? Or the Johns.
It's
they're called squares, Adam. They're squares. Okay.
For the tricks.
No, squares aren't the customers, though, right?
No, squares are the critics.
Are customers.
The
squares are the critics, yeah. Squares are anybody that's not a pimp.
You're a square.
Too. You are a square too, motherfucker. And the
no.
pimp. And yes, wait.
No way.
In the words of Rosebud,
right, me and Mike are square.
It's like trying to speak astrophysics to a fucking wino. There's no way the critics are going to get that shit.
They just don't get the game.
Understand. Yeah.
This movie's great because it lets people speak. It lets these characters just talk, and they're so revealing. They have no inhibitions what they talk about. All these guys just blab and blab and blab all day. And also, I don't think there is anyone on earth who enjoys their job more than these men. I've never heard guys talk about their job because it's their lifestyle. Yeah. They love doing this. They love pimping. To them, it's like they philosophize about it. They think about it all the time. It's a way of life and a mind game that.
Well, it is like a skill too, that they are like, you know what I mean? Like pimping is a skill. Not everybody can do it.
It's true. I like how Ken Red said he's like,
Mike can do it.
I always wanted an easy job. Man, that job does not seem easy, but for him, it is easy, and that's awesome.
Yeah, you either can be a pimp or you can't be a pimp.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think what do you think the X factor is?
The failure rate.
No, I'm saying like, what do you think what do you think you need to be a pimp?
I think you'd have to be like a really nice guy, and you have to understand
You have to treat all
what.
the women like a gentleman.
That's
Yeah, it's
more
a
of the player that they described. You got the
customer
three different
service,
types.
listening skills,
Punctuality.
Leadership.
You got to be punctual if you want to be a pimp.
heart. You have to have so much heart and passion, and you have to really. It's like when C Note had his bitches out at 3 a.m, the new bitch,
Yeah.
and she wanted to go home and go to sleep, and he was like, no, you got to work till
Yeah.
6 a.m. That's You got to have drive, you
At
got to have
heart.
hustle.
It'd be cool if there was like a Rudy of pimping, like a little small white guy that was like just really loved pimping and grew up wanting to be a pimp his whole life, but he wasn't really built for it and stuff. But he worked really hard. He had a lot of heart, and he got to uh, beat a woman one time, and then he felt like a pimp.
I don't know. That sounds pretty lame, bro.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You like a cool black pimp instead, Mike?
Hell yeah, I do.
You don't want Sean Astin
Oh my god.
trying to be a pimp? All right, that's cool, man. Whatever.
Rosebud as a little gimpy little guy, it just wouldn't work.
I like how the Hughes brothers made him do the Citizen Kane
Rosebud.
Yeah.
up close lip shot.
The movie's cinematic. The movie looks cool. I love how every pimp in interview has its own look.
Yeah.
I
Is this a
just
digital? It was shot digitally.
Yeah, it's mini DV.
Yeah, it has like a good like digital cinematography. It has like good like digital coloring on it, where there's like very like sometimes it's like if they're showing like a clip that from something that's like in black and white, the next interview cut to the pimp will be like in black and white, and then it'll cut to like another pimp, and it's like very green, like heavy green lighting, and then like heavy red light. Like it's kind of like a good like taking advantage of that weird like super saturated color thing of early digital stuff.
So
Yeah,
it's like
and
it's on a little camcorder type deal they're using. I was wondering how they
yes,
got like the street
What year is
shots
this?
with C Note and stuff.
99. It's a Sony mini DV camera, or maybe
Oh,
like
okay.
a nice high 8 camera. It's fully independent. You can tell like
1999.
no one wanted to make this. No one thought it was good. Like people hate this movie. This movie is not well loved by like critics or even like cinephiles online. No one gives like
What?
this movie is only loved by people. A very special type of person loves this movie.
Pimps and guys who are
non-squares.
sympathetic to pimp.
Guys,
We're hip to the. We're
lifestyle.
wise guys. We're hip to
it's
the game.
it's a word that starts with a W and ends with an R, and this person just loves this kind of movie.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You love like
The one
You smoke
girlfriend I watched
weed?
this movie with, she told me, she's like, I need to stop watching this movie. It makes me feel like I'm a piece of shit. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
you
really?
are a piece.
Oh, yeah.
You are, bitch. You are a piece of shit, and she was.
That's how you're I start talking to her. Just
I
you never
should've.
talk to her like that until you're in the middle of the movie.
She was such a bitch.
what is wrong with why don't women like this movie?
Why don't women like being
It's empowering.
Yeah,
What's the
because
deal?
they're afraid to say they like the movie. They're afraid to say it's good.
It feels dangerous to them. You know what I mean? I think. But some women, they love the danger. And this is who the pimp is a match, the match made in heaven for the pimp.
Do you agree when
do you
Payroll
see
says that every woman thinks about doing it once in their life?
Yes, absolutely.
I
Totally.
at least stripping for sure. Every girl has thought about stripping. Have they thought about prostituting on top of that? Yes, probably.
Let us know on x.com if
You can make so much money doing this.
thought about it. Or if you
so
haven't thought
easily.
about it, let us know. If you have, just keep it to yourself, I guess.
I mean,
So
I've thought about it.
yeah. You've seen the
'Cause it's
women dancing being like, damn, I wish that was me.
No, not dancing.
Oh,
Pimp,
no.
like selling my body
Boy
for
pussy.
sex.
Yeah.
I can make so
selling
much money.
Being like, damn, I wish I had a pussy that I could sell for sex.
He does. He has his boy pussy.
Walking the track.
Oh,
San
yeah.
Francisco. Fillmore Street. Fillmore Slim, the oldest pimp in the movie, the most respected pimp. I was a little kid and I lived on Haight and Fillmore in San Francisco, which was a black neighborhood that my family gentrified.
That's awesome, dude.
And we took it from him, and it got smaller and smaller.
You what do they call it? Knocked him. You knocked Fillmore Slim.
Knocked his neighborhood. When I moved out there to live with William, I was like one of the first couple of days I lived there. I was walking down the street, and some lady's like, "Oh, you live here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just moved here." She's like, "This used to be a black neighborhood. I'm moving to Atlanta where them motherfuckers have money." It's like, okay, nice.
She
nice
saw you and she was like, "That's it."
Yeah, like nice talking to you too. Have a good day. I'm moving to Atlanta when motherfuckers have money. I'm like, okay, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't have money. This is a cheap place to live, but whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if she thought you were white or Asian.
I don't think
If she was like a fucking Asian in it or a fucking white guy. Like, what do you think was in her head?
I think I probably looked white at that time, more white.
Do you get more Asian the fatter you get? Do you look more Asian?
The more round face. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably helped. I didn't have a mustache, and I was dating a very white woman.
Okay, yeah, the Portuguese Mike.
Yeah,
Portuguese bastards.
Well, I hate to break it to them, but that neighborhood was very bad, and it still is. It's not. It's hard. It's not that much better.
I like how Fillmore Slim had a bitch that got killed by the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, huh?
In L.A., right? No, in San Francisco.
No, Zodiac killer's Bay Area.
And Fillmore Slim was like, I was like, I was afraid to talk to the family because I was like, maybe they'll blame me for this.
Smart.
Nah,
of course, the cops would blame the pimp when they can't find a suspect.
That is so typical.
He's still alive. He's 91. He also was a blues artist. You can find his music on YouTube.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that. I didn't listen to any of the music.
Under Fillmore Slim?
No, it's under his real name. I forget what it is, but it's on his Wikipedia.
How are you going to not keep your pimp name as your stage name?
This is before that.
The pimp name. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So he got into the pimp game after becoming a
musician. Good
for him.
Just like the other guy in the movie. I can't remember I don't remember what his name was, but he was a blues singer too. He said you keep the same style basically when you switch from pimp to blues singer.
Oh yeah, that other guy.
Yeah. I don't think they flashed his name or he wasn't anything memorable.
My favorite pimp is Kenny Red.
The first time I watched this movie, I did like Kenny Red the best. I thought he was the most charismatic, but this time watching it, I preferred Rosebud's insight into the entire game.
Yes.
But Ken Red is the most like cool, on point all the time, dressed nice type deal.
Who was that one pimp that is in jail for trafficking a minor and stuff?
Gorgeous Stray. He got out and he's like a motivational speaker now. That like tries to keep young dudes away from pimping and girls away from hoeing. He was on a bunch of talk shows too, which is funny that he's saying that it wasn't going to change him, but now he's changed into a total like major square.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the obituary for Kenneth Red. He died.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's got a motorcycle accident.
He's got some good later interviews on Soft White Underbelly. He's got a couple good interviews on there with his hoes or whatever. Maybe he was 5-6 years old.
He was a good son to his mom, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Sandra Bowers. I also found a story about her and the
they downed her, man. She's a boyfriend and girlfriend with a cop. Probably Richard Gere.
The cop probably killed her.
Well,
she was safe with the pimp as soon as she got with the cop. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Bowers.
What did the pimps do? No drugs, no stealing. The only thing they steal is a bitch's mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Pimps don't be doing no drugs. Pimps don't be hating his mama. But then they all talk about how some of them do use drugs, but whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Smoking weed is not a drug, though. And PCP is also not a drug.
The other thing is like pimping has to have the lowest criminal sentencing of like most street crimes.
Sure.
It has to be way under. I mean, anything with a gun, you're going to get fucked. So there's no gun.
It's a victimless crime.
Yeah.
Well, you steal their money.
What?
No, they're paying for a
No,
service.
you
The
own the
women,
business. They're paying
Oh,
into the
right.
business,
You're taking
and then you
100%
pay
of
them
their.
like an employee.
you don't
No, but you
pay
don't
them.
pay them is the thing.
That that,
They are paid $0. This
Is
is
that a crime to make somebody
I
work for you
believe
and not pay them?
but
I
that's how
believe this
this.
Slavery.
is slavery. Yes.
I don't know about that. The one guy was
Sexual
explaining
slavery.
how you
That's
get
how
the.
they probably get you now.
He gives her the apartment. He gives her the car. You don't think he gives her a little walking around money? I mean,
He
that's
gives
just
her walking around money.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of like being paid,
He's the money manager.
but it's also like your boyfriend and shit. So
Yes,
it's like you got, like they say, it's like them against the world.
that's the
Look,
other part of it
That's
that
cool.
they're that you have to impute on them.
It's kind of romantic, actually.
I look at it like these women are incapable of earning a living. Or like I figured they're such perfect victims. It's like I kind of don't care. But they do
Well,
take all their money, and it just it you could see the like father figure element so clearly in all of this.
yeah. Do you think a
So
lot of these hoes have been molested as children?
Ah,
or have
yeah,
daddy issues.
yeah, or uncle issues.
So but they and the other thing is they keep saying the hoes love their man, their pimp. And then they fuck guys and then they give the guy the money and then they give the pimp the money. And it's
You
like
got to have a hog if you're a pimp, right?
I didn't want to say
no.
that that's probably the first thing you need. I mean, well, Rosebud
No,
said 9 times out of 10 he's coming to bust that thing out.
this
I
is
mean,
this is Rudy. This is the Rudy. It's a guy with a small. It's not even he's small. He just has a really small dick, but he really wants to be a pimp, and he
No.
pulls it off.
No. You just need game.
well, yeah,
Game is more important.
that's true. Sir Captain said that he doesn't like fucking, so I guess it goes both ways.
What is game?
God,
Like the
Adam,
mystery method?
what is wrong with you? What
It's a great question.
did you
Mike.
grow up in the Midwest?
Let it,
No, I'm
it's
just really
a,
bad at talking. I've always
he's
just really bad
starting
at talking to women.
the most important part of game is that you don't love a woman.
That's my problem. I fall in love.
Mm-hmm. You have to
There's
let
no
them
emo
fall. You have to let
pimps.
them chase you. You have to let
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that a square's love is much different than a pimp's love. It's you love this woman for what she's doing for you, but you're not going to
Yeah.
kill yourself if she leaves.
Right,
You,
right,
Adam,
right.
strike me as the type that would probably kill himself if his woman left. So I understand where you're a little confused.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just like to kill myself in general. So
I get it. I
Also,
understand. If I was in your position, I get
yeah, yeah.
it.
these women in the movie aren't. Most of them aren't that attractive.
Hell
What?
no, they aren't.
What are you talking
Jesus
about? What about Sandra
Christ.
Bowers, motherfucker? My
Oh
mom.
God.
What about my mom, Sandra Bowers?
Even
They're all,
the girls in the pimp movies were not even that good looking.
Wait, no, there were a couple of hot ones. Jade was hot.
Bad lighting.
Come on, she looked
the
good,
bunny
bro.
ranch one.
She was a bunny ranch hoe, but and then there was one in like the pictures of one of them that
Yes.
that was had her face blurred out, and but
Yes.
you could tell she was hot.
Yes. I agree.
But most
You
of
know what
them
I'm
look
talking about?
like Midwest crackers.
Yeah.
But they're like white women that are have like that got
Homely.
molested, but are but and just really want to fuck like this specific black guy and stuff. So they kind of that's kind of my
And that one girl was just straight up retarded. The guy in New York, and he had the two girls sitting on his side, and the one got
She
too
was
drunk.
obviously drunk. She's slurring like crazy.
Yeah. But she also seemed a little slow.
And she was barfing. Yeah, these are like
It'd be cool to have a stable of Down syndrome prostitutes.
I would act okay. Now we're talking, Adam. Now we're talking. That's a movie I would see. Be called Down for the Game.
Hell yeah, it is.
That's a great
Down
title.
for the game. Yeah.
What about
Oh, I
what
see.
about a Down syndrome pimp?
Okay.
You know what I mean? A white one. And the girls are like, and all the girls are black.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we don't got to make it racial.
Well, there's very few white pimps, the pimp said.
Yeah.
They never talked
They have to be
about.
special, like have Down syndrome or something like that.
They never talked about the physical violence they have to use on the customers. the pimp.
Oh, and the
Isn't that
customers.
isn't that
Yeah, you're
isn't
right.
that part of it? Like making
Yes.
sure a guy pays, making
Yes.
sure they don't get beat up, making sure nothing
Yes.
bad happens. There's no Wayne Grow type situation. They never really talk about that, but also I think it's just sort of
Hmm.
the guy in the pimp in the shadows makes them feel protected.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't happen that much.
That is
I'm
one
sure
side of the story they didn't show was
Yeah.
The John side. They should have shown something from their side,
Yeah, they
like
should
a
have interviewed
customer.
you.
Yeah, totally. I'd be down.
my father was a caught
You guys.
in a John sting.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then he had to go to John class. It was an undercover SFPD cop.
Like how to be a
And,
better John, you mean?
no, why it's bad and why
Good.
it,
Oh, okay.
it hurts women and their victims.
But
And,
he didn't go to jail or
Yeah, that's what
nothing?
I'm saying. At least he didn't get jail time. That's good.
Yeah, that is
no, you
pretty
just go,
good.
you go to John class.
It's like getting a DUI or something.
That's what I'm saying. This is a criminal element, like a criminal lifestyle or
But like they say in the
way
movie,
of life, but there's no severe consequences. That's why if you notice all these guys have been doing it for a long
right.
time and they're not like drug dealers or gang members where they're getting obliterated with a gun and drug charge.
Yeah, that's a good
Guy,
point. It's a
these
lot like
guys can
safer.
it's a lot safer. And also even like robbery, car stealing, all that shit. That's like high risk. And these pimps were making some good money.
Yeah, you spend like a night in jail, right? Something like that. If you get caught, like as a prostitute or something.
That guy, Gorgeous Dre or whatever,
Besides that
he
guy.
was out. He's out. Like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
life, he turned his life around. And
Oh,
also
yeah,
all
and
these
He's
guys
got
became
Instagram.
He
all
was
these guys
in
became
for
famous.
He could have gone away for life too, he said.
Life, a million years.
Might as well be a million years.
I liked how they talked about how it's been, like Hohen has always been around and stuff, like in Old West saloons.
Mary
That was a good
Magdalene.
point. Yeah.
Mary
How-
Magdalene, that was a cool point to make, that Mary Magdalene was like the first hoe of history.
I wonder when prostitution started becoming really illegal because it was, obviously it was legal in cowboy days. Was it
Well,
like the
the
20s and
Victorian.
30s?
The Rosebud, I think, said as soon as a black man gets involved and he's not paying taxes. No, it was the other guy who became the blues singer. He said, like, if, a black man getting involved and then not paying taxes, that's when they made it illegal.
He didn't strike me as a historian, but maybe I'm just misjudging.
He's
him.
right, probably right,
Yeah.
though.
I guess he
bet
probably
is
knows about the
right.
history of pimping.
Yeah.
I
Remember
mean,
it?
when vice cops become a big thing. So that's like 30s, 40s.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like
Makes
somebody
Prohibition.
making
sense.
a law.
Yeah, that all comes into play. Morality.
And then the FBI gets involved.
Oh
Like,
my god.
like crime just starts becoming like this. The police start like really cracking down on people,
Assholes.
hassling,
That
really.
is uncool. Legalize prostitution
Yeah, I agree.
and pimping. Legalize pimping first, and then
If-
let's talk
if-
about prostitution.
What they
This is a
always
pimp
say
positive podcast.
in other countries, like I believe Germany or these places where they have legalized prostitution, is it gets rid of the pimps. You don't need a pimp anymore once it's legal because the payment is all set up. You don't have to, if you get beat up, you can go to the cops. You don't need the pimps anymore.
Let's get these bitches on a W-2. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So
Health checkups, the whole nine.
yeah,
Prostitution was once widely legal in the US, but a movement against it led to the enactment of laws prohibiting it around the early 20th century. In 1910, the White Slave Traffic Act, aka the Mann Act, was passed, making it a federal crime to transport individuals across state lines for prostitution. So that's like early FBI shit.
that is bullshit, dude.
Really, if you want to get an idea of what pimping was like back then, that Iceberg Slim book takes place. The Iceberg Slim Pimp, the story of my life, takes place in like the 30s to 50s, and it's really interesting.
That's cool. I'd like to hear about an old-fashioned pimp
You should. It's a really good book. It's really, just listen to the audio book. It's awesome.
drinking mint juleps and stuff.
The other thing is, until the 60s, right? Or the 70s, women couldn't even open their own bank account.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, see, then you definitely need
without
a
their
pimp.
husband or father co-signing. And so women, it used to be illegal for women to have their own money. So there is a tradition of just controlling women's
Yeah, how are you gonna not have a
pussy and
pimp back
purse.
then? Pussy and purse,
And
as
also,
the saying
like I
goes.
said, the mental state of these women in the relationships, it's like you can tell, like, oh, they want this, you know.
They're happy.
Yeah, they
I'm,
think this is like
They're
the closest thing to a loving relationship that they
it
can
is healthy.
experience.
It
they're
can.
just
Hey, that one guy,
dysfunctional.
Rosebud, married his bottom bitch. Okay,
Yeah, that's good. Rosebud is a man of principle, of
so
integrity.
remember
He
when Kenny Red was at the White House and he said,
he was gonna
"Shit,
knock
I'll pimp
Hillary.
Hillary."
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's funny.
What about
that's cool.
Rosebud's calendar, where he had pictures of him with famous people in his mom's, and it was in his mom's house, and
No, that was Don Magic One.
oh, Don Magic Wand, and then it was like Marion Barry, and then there's a Trump one, and Trump is like halfway in the picture.
Yeah, he's just like walking by Trump. He's not really in the picture with him. Like saw him in passing.
Trump would never fraternize with these kind of
Didn't Gordon
cretins.
Shray go to jail because he had an underage
The
prostitute?
16-year-old one.
16-year-old.
Yeah,
And that's the thing that'll get you. That'll really get you in the end.
That's
Is
a big
doing that.
no-no, it turns out.
that was the shot that I was interested in, and how they got inside the jail and had
I
like
know.
they were like inside his cell and
I
then
know.
interviewed him somewhere. I was wondering how they did that.
It looks awesome.
It was funny how
Where he's sitting by, yeah.
yeah, he's like laying on the bed like he's like some sort of fucking Egyptian princess or something on his side. That shit was hella funny.
Also, there's a pimp
Yeah.
named C Note, and I really and it kind of gave me nostalgia for when people used to say C Note. I
Mhm.
don't really hear anyone talk about C Notes anymore.
Are we going to talk about your sister?
No.
She knew C Note, right?
Yes, my sister.
The pimp.
My sister may or may not have been a pimp,
Allegedly.
and I may or may not have hung out with a bunch of male and female prostitutes when I was in high school.
Nice.
Your sister was a pimp, a
May or
lady
may
pimp.
not have been allegedly.
Well, let's just
I
pretend
believe
this.
the,
Okay,
the
this is a
term is a
fake
madam.
story. So what
She's a
happened?
madam or was a madam, allegedly.
Oh,
All you have to do is get
she
an
had,
ad in the Yellow Pages, and then
yeah.
you have a number, and then guys would call, and then she would talk to the guy, go like, "What hotel you're at," and then just send a girl there.
How do you get a
And
job like that?
you just do it.
You
Her
buy the,
friend,
you
Oh,
buy
she
the thing.
this is like the toilet thing. Like she was like an entrepreneur.
yeah.
You
And
have a cell
so,
phone. You put the ad in the paper.
then you go or you send your friends.
So your sister's been a pimp, allegedly. Just, I mean, may or may not have been a pimp, and then also may or may not have bought a bunch of porta potties.
She's a businesswoman. Come on. What do
She also
you?
bought a fancy, she did Uber Black
Oh, she
with like
bought like a luxury sedan kind of thing.
yes.
Cool.
She also bought a classic car, which is a great investment.
She has all sorts of businesses.
I like this person.
Yeah, she is cool.
But she had male prostitutes like Deuce Bigelow.
There was one gay guy, and he would smoke like Virginia Slims, and he would wear like these
A tutu.
like I could only describe them as the gayest shoes I've ever seen in my life. They were these like soft leather shoes with like gold instead of laces, like gold straps or whatever, or like gold buttons. And they just looked
buttons.
so cheap, but like they're trying to be expensive because that's like a lot of their. These people are young. That's the thing. Most of the hoes are young. They don't have any money. They're 18, 21 years old or whatever. And it's very hard to make $1,000 in a weekend flipping burgers or doing entry level work or service work. So that's really why most people are hoes. And then the other thing is they didn't talk about this in the movie. Most hoes are baby mamas. They have no man and they have to pay for their kid.
Yeah, that's tough.
They don't talk about that at all in the movie. But it's also like it's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is to talk about the pimps and to hear the pimp thing. You're not.
Yeah, it's not
We don't
called
need to hear
American
every
Ho.
single angle of the full you know social aspect of this kind of thing.
This
But
is about like celebrating it, the cool life of the pimp, not discussing like the horrors of the sex work. You know what I
yes,
mean? It's about having a good time.
because the pimp thing is fascinating because it doesn't make any logical rational sense. It's like how does and it's also fascinating that this could still exist in our society with all of our rules and all of our regulations or whatever, that there are just these crazy black guys with a bunch of hoes making thousands of dollars a week.
Well, it's like these guys are always like, yeah, I knew I could be a pimp like when I was like a little kid or like, like a teenager or whatever. And like all these girls
Yes.
liked me and stuff. It's just like,
I
you know what I mean?
I was in fifth grade and I had three white bitches bringing me candy.
By the
Yeah.
bags.
And they're charming and they're fun. They're not
Charismatic.
they have charisma. They're not like mean guys. They're not like they don't have switchblades and they're not just like hurting all these women. These
Yeah. That is like a gross negative stereotype that I
But
don't think is true from this
like
movie
Vice
about
Squad.
pimps. It's not true. And
but you
most
could
pimps are
tell
really nice and
some of the
cool.
shittier pimps were the ones that talked about like beating on their women and
Yes,
like
yes.
like the one with the drunk girl. That guy was obviously like a low level shitty pimp. His hair was all fucked up. He looked like shit. Once you get to the higher echelon of being a player, you don't have to do as much physical control over them.
Yeah,
Is the message I
the worse
understood?
a pimp you are, the
The more
more you're gonna have to
physical.
beat up
Yeah,
your bitch
yeah.
and stuff.
Like they said,
You're gonna have
any
to, I'm saying.
any
Just
man
to,
can control a bitch's body. It's to control her mind. Is a
yeah.
whole
I'm not
different
saying that
story.
it like I'm just saying they have no choice. They have to beat these bitches up.
Yeah.
So because they just gotta become a better pimp and then they won't have to do it. So
It's
or the
their
bitches
love
just gotta
skill.
stop talking back, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean they do carry on.
yeah. So one or the other. I
Reckless
like
eyeballing.
I like ooh, I hate it when a bitch eyeballs, dude.
Oof.
I hate that.
Reckless.
But I'm a good
Well,
pimp, so I never touch them and stuff. I just control their
well,
mind.
another great thing is like a pimp, you know, we see him take his hose to Las Vegas and he says, casinos are complicated. Bitches get lost and shit. And so
Yeah.
it's great that the pimp is there to show these hoes around.
Yeah.
It's so funny that
I feel like I could use a pimp to show me around at some places. I do get
prostitution
confused in casinos.
prostitution is legal in Nevada except for Clark County because Vegas is like a family town. It's not for prostitution, which is
Oh yeah, you have to
hilarious.
go out of Vegas,
Yeah,
outside of
Vegas it's
Vegas to do
illegal
it.
in Vegas, but yes, right outside is legal.
So yeah, the Bunny Ranch is like
It's like an hour
a,
and a half, 2 hours outside of Vegas.
but this is like the movie ends kind of with the Bunny Ranch.
It looked like a fucking trailer park.
Well, it's like a desert
Yeah, I mean,
settlement.
who
It's
would
kind of
ever?
like a one of those like Israeli settlements on the West Bank or whatever. They're like living in RVs and shit.
Yeah, it's just like shit.
Yeah, but
Maybe they
but
should bomb it.
it's kind of like it is kind of like Israel for the bitches, like the Bunny Ranch. It's like their home, like a place where they can go and be free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think, Willie?
I don't know. Your bit sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
know you're trying. You're contriving a bit, and I get it. It does look like a shitty place, but they're on the cutting edge of legal prostitution, which is something that hasn't really expanded. We've had so much success with the end of drug prohibition with legal weed, and that's almost national at this point. But the prostitution thing, we're just not getting there. And the big thing that's changed since this movie has come out is the internet
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the way we have OnlyFans now and online escorts and all that. I
Nobody's
don't,
thinking about the pimps.
I can't tell you the last time I saw a prostitute walking the street.
Those are like the lowest of the low, right?
You see them in
why
San
would you do
Francisco
that?
still in the
Yeah.
Tenderloin.
Occasion. I'm sure if you went to some shitty parts of LA, you'd see them.
I saw a
Yes, but I don't.
prostitute.
I never go there.
I saw a
Yeah.
Not in
prostitute
Hollywood.
in Honolulu, like a few years ago,
And
walking the street, and she was mad fine, dude.
did
Like
you
super fine.
did you
Are you
holler or
sure it was a
did you
prostitute?
try to knock her?
She probably wasn't a prostitute. It was probably a woman who was actually interested in fucking me.
Wow, there you
So,
go. And you didn't.
you're right, William. So it wasn't a
I'm
prostitute.
just saying you've been confused in the past.
Say, oh yeah,
You've given a ride to a woman who was a
yeah.
prostitute, and she thought
I
she was
didn't
picking up
realize she was a
a
prostitute.
John who was interested. So really, you just went to like Taco Bell or something,
No,
or you drove her home to her apartment.
I drove
Oh
her to
my
the
God.
place where she was. I mean, I drove her to a fake location that she was, was
Pretending to
trying
go to because
using
she
as a
just
way
want.
to get me in the car, to get in the car and like suck my dick or whatever. And I but just didn't. I never picked up on her cues. So she was just like, "All right, just take me back to the gas station, I
I
guess."
bet she was beat. I bet she was beaten to an inch of her life that night.
Yeah,
Come on, Adam.
all because of me.
You didn't take a condom blowjob for $50. I mean, give still a lady a bone.
I know I should have done it just for her. Yeah, so she had something to go back to her pimp with.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I'll be better next time.
You got some. You gave her something. She probably had to
I
give it
gave
to
her
her
20
pimp.
bucks.
Did you really?
You gave her pimp $20.
Yeah, I gave her pimp 20 bucks. Yeah, I didn't give her anything, I guess.
So I broke that trick for $20, Daddy.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like she thought
For
I was a
conversation.
nice guy and stuff, which is basically the same as getting a blowjob.
This is the
Having
thing in
women think you're
movies.
nice.
Is the girl who turns out to be the prostitute, like Cable Guy. It's like, what? That's a prostitute? Like,
Yeah,
prostitutes aren't pretty, nice girls.
this
They're
was a very meth
hideous,
faces of meth lady in Florida.
disgusting women.
The
They're
streetwalkers for sure. But I bet
Yeah.
you get some high priced, attractive prostitutes. Definitely.
Me?
on the street. But the thing on the
not
street where you
not the streetwalkers.
where you
no.
talk,
That's what I'm saying.
just
Though in
talk to you and you're
Honolulu,
good.
it was.
well, they have
So I
rich
think
people
there
in
are like
Honolulu, right? And then and like Vegas,
Kenny Red was saying, or no, one of them,
Charm.
Charm. Yeah, he was saying, and you could see them on like the footage. They were like pretty another level,
it's a great. There's tons of hotels too, so
Yeah.
it's a great place to
and a bunch
do
of
that.
Japanese. He said a planes full of Japanese guys will come and just to fuck ladies.
Japanese
Sure.
people love Hawaii, man. They love that shit.
Prostitution's legal in Japan also.
Right.
So it's also like common. It's like a thing to like. It's not really cheating if you get blown by a prostitute at a brothel in Japan.
Well, that's cool. That's
like-
very liberal of those women.
It's like blowing off steam.
Yeah, that's cool. Japanese ladies are cool. They can hang.
I don't want to blow them. You blow them. Go. You want to
Yeah.
get blown? Go pay for it.
That's a good way of looking
Akira.
at it.
That's a good point.
Akira,
Akira.
whatever your name is, in the scenario. So
I like.
yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get it legal, but go on.
Come on,
I
let's
think
do
we're
it,
getting
guys.
there.
Get it
I
on the
think we're getting
ballot.
there.
Pimpin', make it legal. William's
Maybe-
shaking his head. He thinks
Maybe at
it'll
least
never happen.
decriminalize it or something.
It'll happen, man. We got to keep canvassing. I like how I like I like the gator shoes. How like
Gotta have your gators.
Gotta
I
have
got
your
$1,000
gators, yeah.
shoes on.
Those Gucci suits he had in his closet are expensive.
They were
Fitted
Versace,
Gucci
but yes.
suits.
And Big Don Magic Juan is wearing all the whole gator skin suit and hat.
Yeah.
That's
Adam, your mic sounds really low. Are you
And a
talking
cape.
into it? Is it backwards? The way you're talking into it on top is not sounding good.
okay. Is this better? I gotta get a new
Yeah.
mic. Sorry, guys. Dude, but I really wanted to make my own gator skin clothes and stuff like that after playing Red Dead. I was going to go to Florida and hunt a gator and then skin it. And I didn't know I was going to be just turning myself into like a pimp, basically.
Is it legal?
But in Florida, I wanted to hunt. Like Red Dead got me into the idea of hunting, and gators are like ethical hunting because
Because
they,
they're overpopulated.
yeah, it's population control. Otherwise, they're too crazy. They're like,
But
there's
can
just so
you
many
skin
gators.
them? I guess you can skin them
Oh
and
yeah.
do
Yeah.
whatever you want, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You can fuck them.
Sell it.
You can
Yeah.
sell it.
Did you ever see swamp people? That's what they do. They gather gator pelts and
You
trade them
can
for
put the gator's
shit.
dick in your mouth and nobody will say anything.
I never saw swamp people.
Oh my god. Come on, man.
You just lived it.
You know what the loophole is on prostitution?
What's the loophole?
You have a video camera, and now you're making a porno movie, which is protected by free speech, which
Oh
is
yeah,
illegal
that's
in
cool.
California, right? But they made it illegal and to do it without a condom, which is hilarious.
Oh, come on.
We got to take this to the Supreme Court.
I remember. I feel like that was like a thing. Like that happened like recently, right? Ah,
I mean,
In the
the
last
condom
10
thing happened
years,
recently,
in the last 10 years, yes.
and everybody was like, "This is going to ruin the industry."
And well, they all moved to Vegas.
I feel like there's a lot of porn being made in Florida too.
Bang Bros, Bang Bus. Those guys are Florida guys.
Yeah,
You know, that's the big leagues.
Expose. That's a good company. You should guys check it out.
Expose, which I'll go there, expose.com. The strip clubs are pretty crazy in Florida, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Fully nude.
fully nude and alcohol.
I couldn't say.
Uh,
I've only
so
been to one strip club in Florida in Key West.
that law is so funny here. How you can't
Yes, it was nude and alcohol.
you can't have that here. If you have alcohol, it's just a topless bar. But if you don't have alcohol, then they can get fully nude. And it's so funny, like, oh, guy sees that bush. He can't be having liquor too. That's just too wild.
Yeah, it's the same reason why they make in like mosques they make the women pray behind the men because if the man is trying to pray and like bend down and he sees like lady's butt in front of him, he'll just forget about Allah and just fucking go crazy.
It's
He'll
understandable.
plumber's crack.
he'll start praying to the pussy.
Isn't it actually different levels? Isn't one in like a balcony and one? No, well, maybe not.
But
I don't know anything
there's
about mosques.
some of these old Muslim guys have some pretty sweet butts. So
Yeah, what if the girl
yeah,
gets
they're
aroused?
they're driving the ladies crazy.
And then what about the lesbian girls?
That's a good point. Those lesbian girls
Arab
in the
women.
mosques, they're in heaven. They're already in heaven. They don't need to.
Martyr themselves,
Yeah, whatever.
exploding
Apparently-
themselves in an Israeli child daycare center.
Yeah, yeah.
Rapper Nelly tried to redefine the word pimp by saying it was an acronym for positive, intellectual, motivated person. And he created a college scholarship with the name Pimp Juice Scholarship.
He also had an energy drink called Pimp Juice. I don't know
Was
if you
he-
remember that one.
Was he a real pimp ever?
No, I believe his father was.
Oh, okay, that's cool. He's making his dad proud. But that's not what a pimp, means. It's not like a kid who's good at school. It's about a guy who fucking makes ladies fuck other guys for money.
He's trying to get he's trying to get rid of the negative connotation that
Okay,
Yo-
Adam, think about the guys in the movie. Were
Yeah,
they positive?
pretty
Yeah.
positive guys.
Were they intellectual?
Definitely.
oh yeah, in a way.
And were they motivated persons?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And think about how universal that is. That could be man or woman. Nelly is a very forward-thinking person.
Yeah,
It's very
we could
woke.
use a little pimp energy, a little pimp juice.
He also had the song Pimp Juice, of course.
Pimp juice.
What is pimp juice?
You saying Jews?
I'm assuming semen, but I don't really know.
So
Sweat?
you're just drinking Nelly's semen when you drink pimp juice. That's a bad marketing thing.
Well, it's not around anymore, so you're right.
That's why it didn't work out. Yeah.
He later explains that pimp juice is anything used to attract the opposite sex. It could be money, fame, or straight intellect.
That's what I use, is straight intellect.
Yeah.
We
I
all
use
have our
fame.
own pimp juice. Everybody,
Oh.
everybody has their own pimp juice.
That's deep.
Mine is
know.
my height.
That's their pimp juice.
I'm 6'4", so
Jesus. Women love tall dudes for some reason.
Yeah,
I
they like
never
tall
understood that. I
guys.
never
That's all
got
I
that.
got. The thing is, they like that, and then they talk, and then they like talk to me, and they're like, "Oh no."
Hmm. For
So
me, it's like I kind of look fat, but I could also be yoked. So I kind of
this is the second
use
time you've said
I
that.
use that to my yeah, but I don't think we were recording the first time.
Okay.
So I'm like fat jacked. I like, is he fat? Is he jacked? We don't really know. And then the ones that
All
think I'm
right, I believe
jacked,
you,
those are
Mike.
the ones I attract.
I believe that if you weren't fat, you would look jacked.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Did you like get jacked in jail?
No, I lost a lot of weight though.
But you weren't like doing tons of push-ups and shit.
I did, but I wasn't in there long enough for it really to make that big of a
Oh, okay.
difference. And yes, when I got out, was I doing a lot of push-ups and in good shape for like another month? Yes, but then
Yeah, I hear
start smoking that weed and just start eating and stop
you.
having motivation to do anything. It sucks.
You remember how in American Beauty, Kevin, what's his fucking name? Spacey.
Mhm.
He's like lifting weights while smoking weed.
Yeah, no, never happens.
I feel
Never
like that's
happens.
yeah. Nobody that's like really hard to do.
Yeah, no, that's. I get on the bike for 5 minutes and I'm done.
So
He also bought an
movie's
ounce
not
of weed
realistic.
for he bought an ounce of weed for $2,000 because it was like high tech lab grown weed.
Maybe yeah. I mean, maybe that kid was just like,
A great salesman.
or just like yeah, scamming him.
Or maybe
Yes.
that movie's a retarded gay man's fantasy of what life in the suburbs is like.
Hey,
There's a
Kevin
funny
Spacey is not gay.
there's a fun
He's,
well, the writer is Alan Ball. The Louis
Uh,
C.K. has a great bit about just trashing that movie and how like, oh, this middle-aged man's fantasy is a young girl with roses and the rose petals are like so alluring and he just wants to, you know, he just wants her supple body, not just fuck her, just fuck
yeah,
her ass or fuck her face or whatever.
yeah, that's like a
a
gay man's assumption of what a straight man is thinking about.
Yes.
Well,
We
maybe
didn't
he's
have the
right.
gay pimp in the movie. We didn't have the gay hose, and there's a lot of gay male prostitutes. There's a
it's
lot of
my
trans.
understanding. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
There's a
no
lot of trans
trans.
prostitutes.
It's my understanding though, being a pimp with trans hoes is extremely difficult because if you have to like beat on them or something, you're trying to fight a man, as opposed to a woman. So it's more difficult from what I understand. You can't just shove around a trans prostitute, right? It's got the strength of a man.
Oh yeah, you got to be a player to have a trans prostitute.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
Also, I mean, based on what I saw on Mission Street in San Francisco, I think some of the trans prostitutes might have HIV.
Yeah,
And
that's the problem with the streetwalkers. There's a
because they had
reason why.
they have track marks and they
Yeah,
look really fucked up.
I
yeah.
was thinking about that during the movie. How are they not just getting like every STD and giving it to everyone
They
like immediately?
they probably are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you, square?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I didn't see any pimps that looked like they had HIV. They all look pretty healthy to me.
Well,
gonorrhea, syphilis, all that shit's curable. Who cares?
You're right. It's no big deal.
Just pop a prep, fuck a few male prostitutes, and have a night.
I would love to hear them talk about that though. That would be I like these heavier subject matters about the downsides of sex work. I would love to hear the pimp guys spin it, because they're so like positive and fun. They're just like, yeah, whatever, HIV, whatever. I mean, come on, that's bullshit. The government made that.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool monologue.
I want to hear them. I want to hear them spin yarn, so to speak.
You felt like the movie didn't dig too deep.
No, it's just that it would be fun to hear them talk about that shit. Because these guys, I want to hear these guys talk about everything. I want to hear them talk about television,
The economy,
Seinfeld. Like what do they think of Kramer?
foreign
Ooh,
relations.
now you're talking.
There's a great shot of Kramer the pimp and the Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat jacket.
Of course.
What are their
Well,
feelings on Israel? I mean, we got to know these things.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do the pimps support Israel, you think?
I don't know.
Support Israel's right to exist?
Prostitution's big in Israel, right?
Prostitution's big everywhere.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a
I'm
good
gonna
point.
look it up.
What do you think? Like, even you, like Dubai, where it's like illegal to kiss in public. I mean, they have to have prostitutes. They're so rich.
Yeah, yeah.
Saudi, like they're probably foreigners. They're probably
Prostitution was legal in Israel until 2018.
Well, there you go. You make that
Lame.
shit illegal, I'll fucking fly a little propeller car into the music festival, shooting everybody. You take away my hose, my business.
Yeah.
Have you ever made a pimp dollar?
No, I don't. I don't live off the
Is
earnings
that
of
like
a woman.
like a Wonka money kind of thing?
It's a very exciting thing when a person makes their first pimp dollar.
Like your first kiss,
Cool.
like anything else.
My brother,
She's the
I
first hoe that
remember,
really paid me.
yeah, my brother was so excited. He was like, I made my first pimp dollar.
Wait, your brother was a pimp? What are you
Well, he
talking
made
about?
he had one hoe for like a weekend or something. He
What are you,
wasn't a
what are you,
serious.
He's a chili bowl pimp.
Yeah. What
what
about
does
the
that
guy
mean?
who was like, I was so green, I had to work on Monday, and it was Friday, prime pimping
It's like, okay, I'll
time.
see you.
So I
All
went to
right, meet me
Oakland.
here
He
Monday.
said that guy was hella funny. That was Rosebud
Yeah.
talking about Oakland.
I love Danny Brown, the older pimp in the
Was he
diner and
the
sitting
blues
in
singer?
the restaurant booth. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess he's a
yeah.
blues singer.
I couldn't remember what his name was. The real, he's like very dark skinned black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
only
there's
dark.
very harsh light on him.
Yeah, he had some good insight.
He said, like, was it him who said there's like a lot of people will say like there's never any reason to hit a woman. Like she can fuck up your house, she can like slap your mama, she can
Kill your
like
dog.
kill your dog.
Yes, it was him.
And then you're supposed to be like, no, I'm not gonna slap this woman.
It's like, no,
He's
fuck
like,
that. I'm gonna peel her head. I'm gonna peel her skin back to the fat meat. One of them says, or something like, "Damn."
So he
All right.
said cut her throat. Well, they were talking about cutting her throat.
Right. Oh, I thought he said I was gonna cut her head or something.
This is a whole little montage about beating them. And then one of them said, you have to make them think you're gonna kill them, but not kill them. And if you tell a hoe like you're gonna kill them, they're gonna test you and they're gonna want to make sure, like they're gonna want to see you do it. They're gonna push your buttons.
Yeah. Once
And
you say
that's
you're
how
going to do it,
women
then you got
are.
to do it.
That is 100% how women are. You just can't beat them.
Yeah.
Can you kill
They're kind
them?
of like bullies. It's like
Can't
if you
live with them,
like
can't kill them.
if you like show a bully that you're pissed about, or that like they're getting to you, then it's like that's what they want. That's what women are.
Yeah.
Women are the
Yeah.
ultimate bullies.
Well,
Yeah,
they're testing you as a man.
Yeah. I hate that shit.
Like a lot. You're like a lion, and you have your pride. You have your
Women,
bitches.
women are always like testing your manhood to make sure they're fucking with a man, a real man. It's so annoying.
See, that's what he's talking about.
I hate when they do that.
One good thing you could do, Adam, is brand them. Make a little brand with an A and a B on it, your
Ooh,
initials,
that'd be cool.
and just
Put like
and
right
heat that
across
up.
her forehead, like
Okay,
right
that's a little
here above
harsh.
her eye, so
That's
everyone
a little
knows.
harsh.
Yeah.
Maybe on the butt,
Ah,
Right on the
brand your-
butt would be cool.
Richard Pryor, he grew up in a brothel. I was thinking about him because that one guy, Gorgeous Ray, was like, my father was a pimp, my mother was a hoe. I was fascinated.
yeah. If it wasn't for Pippin and Hohen, Andre Taylor wouldn't be here, or something he says. Or something. There'd be no Andre Taylor. But did
That's
you
another. You could have a kid. They didn't
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about that. Wasn't like Charles Manson like mother a hoe or something?
I have no idea. But did you see Gorgeous Dre's fit when he like went out? The fucking vest with no shirt underneath, the permed hair. That shit is hella funny. To be able to go out and wear that confidently, I mean, that takes a certain caliber of person to be able to do that for sure.
Yeah. Why do they make themselves so funny looking though?
They're peacocking.
To catch a bitch's eye, bam.
Okay.
Remember Payroll explained it?
You
And
have
he
to
looked like
be.
shit.
It's like a guy in a goth outfit looks ridiculous until a bunch of goth girls want to fuck him, right? Like you got to. If you look like a pimp, then women will treat you like a pimp.
You
If you,
gotta
Right.
dress the part,
The costume, I get you.
it's like, oh, that guy's a pimp.
And
He
you
has
notice
money. He has money, right? And also, they have a really good ability to find women who are vulnerable, right? Like he said, he meets a girl at a bus stop, or like it meets a girl in the corner who's on meth. Like, how'd you like to make some money? How'd you like to get your life together? Like they can spot these women aren't in good positions when they meet them. They aren't like they don't have like white collar jobs, college education, condo, money. They're they need money, right? So they're like, okay, look at me. I have like a cool suit. I have gators.
cost
Yeah.
money.
Why don't you walk up and down the street and blow guys in cars in the freezing cold in San Francisco? Never thought about
All
that.
right. Yeah.
I'll do that. Just any man with money. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We should have gotten hose for this episode.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Paid him
Like
to be on the pod.
You mean like, oh yeah, you mean like prostitutes or just women in general?
Bitches.
What's the difference, man? No, we should have called an escort service and had her zoom in for whatever hourly rate is. That's what we should have done. But
We
whatever.
can't even get fucking we can't even afford donkey lifts to be on this show.
I'm not paying $150 for donkey lifts to do the show.
I'd pay 150 for a prostitute to be
I
on
pay
here with us.
$150 for donkey lifts to suck my dick in a car.
With those big
I-
fat donkey
I
lips.
know. I want to know why they call them donkey lifts.
Haha.
Like
Just
the way
kidding.
he
Donkey
played
lifts,
that
please come on
little
the pod.
trump. He played the trumpet at the beginning of Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
intro.
that's what he's doing to me.
Give me a
He's
rusty
got the
trombone.
finger action.
Your mic's messed up again.
Just a
What
regular
rate-
blowjob.
What ratings do we give this movie? So
Let's give you a rating and then also your favorite pimp.
I mean, Kenny Red. For me, it's Kenny Red, in the barbershop. Get a bit. Where he's like, talk to this bitch or
Find me a
whatever on the
nice-
phone.
Pretty young bitch that might like this pimping.
I feel so bad he's
definitely
dead.
He's pretty entertaining. Yeah.
Feel so bad he died. I love his white outfit. I also love it when he speaks and the machine gun sound effect plays. That's a very cool scene.
That was cool.
For me, I give this movie 4 stars.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of loses steam at the end. And I think going to the illegal bunny ranch. I mean, Dennis Hoff is such a douche. The way he's like, yellow banana, pink pussy.
Yeah.
Wait, why does he say that?
Fix your
don't remember
hair,
that
man.
part.
His hair was so fucked up. Like you're a millionaire and you got busted ass hair, man.
Why does he say yellow banana, pink pussy?
Because a woman is playing with a yellow banana vibrator
okay.
on her cunt.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 4.5, and my favorite pimp was Rosebud. I thought he was the most informative and the most charismatic. I liked the way he talked, and I like pretty much everything about this movie. I wouldn't show it to a little kid, which is why I don't give it a 5-star rating. But I'm going 4.5 stars.
Okay. That's part of
Universal
that. You
rating.
factor that into your rating every time.
What I factor in is
Know that?
we were talking about. You guys are talking about who you would show the movie to. Factors into, and I mean, maybe I wouldn't show like my daughter this movie, but pretty much anybody else should definitely watch it.
So every 5-star movie is a movie you would show your daughter. You're saying?
Did I rate Black Rain? Yeah, my daughter can watch Black Rain if she wants. If my daughter came to me and said, "Dad, I want to watch Black Rain," I would.
That's a 5-star movie.
I would tear up a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of pimps, Michael Douglas, what a pimp he is in that movie. He hasn't fucked one lady. I give this movie a 4 stars. I would pick Rosebud for my favorite pimp too because his his first bitch was a relative of mine. But since Mike already picked it, I'll pick Fillmore Slim.
Okay. He could barely fucking talk.
I know he's like an old man, but
Yeah.
I kind of, he's slim. It made me think like, oh yeah, if I had a street name, maybe I would be like something slim. 'Cause I'm
Pensacola Slim.
I was like, oh, that's why they're called slim because they have like my body type. There's exomorphs, really. They just burn fat and muscle really easily. So it could be
Oh,
called
that's Florida
Fillmore exo.
Exomorph. Florida
Yeah,
Exomorph came down to Hollywood. He had 7 bitches, and we peeled him off.
yeah.
But they were only his bottom tier. The next day, he got his primo
My first
ladies.
string.
Yeah, the champions.
Who do
It's
you
an
think would
amazing
have
story.
the best bitch out of the three of us? Who do you think could pull the best bitch? In terms of earning money, who do you think would be the best pimp?
Me.
No, it'd be me.
Man, I'm gonna go with me.
Well, we're
We
not
got
getting anywhere here.
we
Who
got
do
to
you
try.
Say what, William?
Who do you pick?
Me. I pick me.
We all picked
Yeah.
ourselves, which
Well, I'm
is
not gonna pick you. What are you
a very
fucking
pimpish
Mike?
move. You
That
guys
was
been
a
out of the
flawed
game for
question.
how?
I
You guys
understand.
been out of the game for how long?
We should have
Right.
had the prostitute on this thing so she could tell us who she would think would be the best pimp. I really just want to know that.
If you have to ask, you're not going to be any good at it. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I get where yeah, nice little trick there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Gotta be cool. You
Yeah.
got to have charisma.
If there was a
You
lady
got to
here, I
have
would be cool.
vision.
Yes. They keep showing clips from Willie Dynamite. And that movie I always thought was like, oh, this looks so funny. And I saw it at New Beverly, and it's such a bad movie. It really falls apart. They showed all the best parts of it, and then after that, it just falls apart. And it turns into this sentimental, melodramatic TV movie, like pimping is bad kind of thing. And it's all shot on like the Universal backlot where they shot like Seinfeld. It looks so fake.
Oh, that'd be cool if it was like scenes in Jerry's apartment and shit.
Is it true that Willie Dynamite is the dude from Sesame Street?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Gordon, the black guy
I
from
don't-
Sesame.
I don't
His
know.
name's Gordon.
I think I fucking know who's
I have
in
a
Willie
4-year-old.
Dynamite.
No, I'm talking about Sesame Street.
I think
I
I know who's
believe-
in fucking Sesame Street.
I believe he is Gordon. I believe that's what I read online.
I got it. I'm just gonna corroborate this real quick.
Gordon.
Is the Mac any good?
Oh my God. The Mac. Yes. The Mac is a fantastic movie. The Mac is the inspiration for Scarface. Oliver Stone said he just took the plot of the Mac when he made Scarface.
I thought Brian De Palma did Scarface.
Oliver Stone wrote the screenplay.
Oh, okay.
And the
I didn't know.
Mac is a great Oakland film. Although I think a lot of it might have been shot in LA, of course. But Richard Pryor's in it. It's very good.
What about the one with Morgan Freeman, where Morgan Freeman plays a pimp?
Street Smart. I haven't watched that yet. People say it's kind of corny.
Yeah, I could.
But he's a very mean he's a very mean pimp, and he like slaps women and
He's not a player.
Oh my, a gorilla pimp.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
He drinks
Gordon?
Yoo-hoo and he breaks a Yoo-hoo bottle and he like threatens to cut his bitches.
I
with the
love Yoo-hoo.
I do too. It's hella good.
I'm so much.
I've
like
never
a pimp.
had a Yoo-hoo.
You know what,
What?
they have? You crazy.
Fuck
You know what
outta
they do
here.
at some Chinese restaurants is they do iced Ovaltine. They make Ovaltine hot and then ice it. That shit is so fucking good. Oh my god.
Hot and then ice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like coffee.
Yeah, basically.
I can't believe you never had Yoo-hoo. You fucking idiot.
It's like
It
a
looks
chocolate
gross.
drink, right?
Just
It's
get
not
it.
chocolate milk. It's like a chocolate drink, right? But it is so
Yeah,
good.
you can't.
It's like a
technically
white
call it milk.
trash drink,
Sure.
Hey,
right?
you buy it at the gas station.
Yeah.
I don't
Just get one. Just try
get
one. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not gonna
I
kill
don't-
you.
I don't like sugary drinks.
Oh my god. You
Mike,
like
you put-
soda?
You put me onto Celsius. I like a diet soda.
Yeah, Celsius
And I like
has no sugar.
the sugar-free Celsius. I enjoy those. Like if I wake up too early and don't have enough sleep,
Man,
a Celsius will power me all day.
if you were my bitch, William, I'd slap the shit out of you right now.
Next, you're gonna get into the rain.
You just-
REIGN, 300 milligrams, no sugar. Then you
That's-
can move up to the bang. The bang is,
Ooh.
I believe, 600 milligrams with no sugar.
That's when you're really fucked.
I just,
I'm
I
not
just
going to
drink
move up.
espresso at work now.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah,
That's what you say. That's what they all say.
I had an espresso before this episode, an iced espresso.
What are you rapping right now?
I had a Red Bull.
That's
What
cool.
did you have?
Adam had a beer.
I'm drinking some Modelo.
Oh my god.
That'll
Call me
slow you
Lori
down,
Lightfoot.
Chief.
Yeah.
Gotta get off that shit.
You gotta take the edge off.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
You gotta put the edge on.
Yeah. That's why I drink.
I've been
caffeine.
edging this whole time. That's but damn. Oh, Gordon. Yeah, it was Gordon. That is Gordon
That's
from Sesame
fucking
Street.
awesome.
He's
That
Willie
guy's got
Dynamite.
he's got some range. What's next week's movie?
Next week we're doing Righting Wrongs, a
Never
Hong
heard of it.
Kong action movie.
Adam seems unhappy with that selection.
No, I am happy, but this is a movie I've wanted to do for a while. So,
Well, what's the waving your hand?
well,
He's
it's
back.
like a finally kind of thing, or
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know. I
okay,
just don't
okay.
get a there's no communication, and then I find out. It's like when you fucking joined the podcast, I had no idea what was going on.
Sorry.
It was like,
I
who's
was
this
trying to
guy?
get rid of you and replace you with Mike. What's the big deal?
Then we lost
And then-
Ryan too.
Do you want to know the movie after that?
Yeah.
Then the last cool crime movie will be The Big Heat from 1959, an old black and white movie. And why are we picking it? Lee Marvin is in it, and he's fucking tight.
Ooh, all right. I'm excited. I'm a big Lee Marvin fan.
This reminds me of the black and white movie that was in this American Pimp that they kept showing about like a white pimp explaining the pimp game. Remember that?
Yeah, I
the
did.
1936 one or whatever.
Yeah. I didn't recognize that movie either.
What about it?
I don't know.
Is it good?
I don't think so.
All right.
But The Big Heat is very good.
okay.
I think you guys are like it. I'm trying to find short movies. You know,
Did you guys
we did some long ones. Let's do some short ones.
did we do 12 Years as a Slave? I know that's not a short one.
Well, you're
No.
such a slave.
Do you
That
like that movie?
I love that movie. I love Master Epps. He's so fucking
Have
cool.
you seen it more than once?
Oh, I've seen it a few times. I may have fallen asleep to the sweet sounds of that movie many a times, or just fast forwarded to
More than
certain
10?
parts. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially certain parts. Yeah, definitely.
Mike, let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen the movie Schindler's List
Yes, I have.
more than once?
The Ralph Fiennes scenes I've probably seen a million times and memorized them all. Since he is the
Who's
hero.
cooler?
Of that movie.
Speaking of pimps,
Ralph Fiennes or Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I
I
don't
think
know. I
Michael
think it's
Fassbender
obvious-
gets more screen time.
I think Ralph Fiennes is way cooler.
He looks cooler, that's for sure. The Nazis had better style than Southern slave masters,
good
but
haircuts.
I don't know.
He's more complicated. The thing I like about him is that he gets like pathetic, and he gets like he wants, what's her name, Hirsch, like
Yeah.
he wants her to like him and everything. And I feel like Master Epps is a little too angry. Like he gets too angry. It's too much fire. You know, when
Yeah.
he's just screaming, just whipping Patsy like so hard. He's just like going completely crazy at the end. It's like,
Yeah.
this
It's
is
like,
a little
why,
one.
Why are you being like that, dude? Chill out.
They're my property. I own them. I bought them.
I love when William's saying something, smiling, and then I start talking, and then William stops smiling. It just gets quiet.
Happens a few times. I don't even hear you.
Ah, fucking A.
And now I hear you.
I think he was saying figuratively he didn't hear you, but then
I didn't.
Oh, it was physically.
now we can.
Did you hear him
I'm
Yeah,
back.
I can hear him.
before that? All right. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, shout
Yeah,
out to the guy
writing
on
ro-
Letterboxd or not Letterboxd, LinkedIn, who reached out to me to help me with interview tips.
I think he's AI.
Really?
I think that's an AI face. I don't
Oh,
think that's
that'd
a
be
real
sad.
person.
Yeah, you might be right. That would suck to have a face that people are
The
like,
guy
"This
who's
is an
like,
AI
it's like
face."
this smiling white guy who's like super generic headshot. And then he's like,
He had a name. He has a real name.
and it's like, well,
Whoever
the
you are, I'm
podcast,
sorry that
it's a fake person.
How much money did you give him?
Just a
Don't
couple
give him any
$100
money and
for a
don't talk
little
to
bit of- to get in the door. He gave
Sure,
I gave him
sure.
a couple $100.
Get to the
He's-
real knowledge.
I'm his bitch now, I guess. my pimp.
Oh, you got hoed out.
I got hoed out by this guy on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, there are pimps. There are people who try to like recruiters, and
Constantly.
they take a cut of your salary.
Headhunters.
Oh, true. Yeah. Those are pimp like. You know, the ultimate pimp, your boss.
Yeah.
Any
Banks.
boss is a pimp in this world.
Any middleman who doesn't do shit is a pimp.
Landlords.
Oh, number one, landlords. Uh,
Wait,
Apple.
I gotta say this. Like,
Anybody who
this
charges
AI
you a
guy's
monthly
name.
fee. Postmates, service fee.
Yeah, you're the Postmates bitch.
God, I deleted DoorDash and Uber Eats, and I'm saving so much goddamn money. It's ridiculous. I can't believe how much I used to spend on that shit.
It's bad.
Shout out
Isn't
to
it?
Jack. Jack is the guy's name, the AI guy. Thanks for whether you're AI or a real human being, I appreciate you.
He doesn't like the podcast.
Okay.
He's a
Well,
bot.
I understand. He's an Israeli bot that is trying to like get is fishing for my info.
He's gonna
But
blow
I
up
appreciate. I
your
just like
microphone.
it's nice talking to somebody. That's all.
Your headphones are gonna blow up and you're gonna die because you're getting too
Don't
close to the
do that,
truth.
Jack. Don't blow up my headphones. Yeah, because I'm figuring it all out. You know who the ultimate pimp of the world is?
The Masons,
Adolf Hitler.
the Rothschilds, the Gettys,
Mike is more along is more right than William is right now.
the reptilian agenda.
Jesus Christ.
The nation of Israel
Whoa.
The Catholic Church, the Pope.
and the Pope and the Catholic Church and anybody who's ever been my boss.
Malcolm X.
All religions except for the Muslim religion, I guess.
Reverend Sanders. Reverend Al.
Yeah.
Sharpton?
Obama. Oh yeah, Al Sharpton.
Yeah, what's Al Sharpton's deal? He like acts like a pimp, but he's like a
Did old
Tina.
baby boy Biden do any pimping, or was he strictly a John?
He fought a pimp. He fought Corn Pop.
Oh yeah, that's a good
yeah.
point. That's a good point.
Hunter Biden might have been a pimp.
That's what I'm
No, he was
wondering,
a,
right?
He's a John. He's
He's
John.
just the ultimate John.
Bill
God,
Clinton.
that guy is cool.
Bill Clinton could have been a pimp. He peeled bitches.
Yeah.
JFK peeled bitches. He fucked his intern.
Yeah, I feel like Bill Clinton could have been a white pimp. That's true. I don't know about JFK without like his.
He's too straight edge.
He fucked his
Bill
girl.
Clinton had the
Mimi-
swag, I think.
You got to look up Mimi Beardsley and JFK. And it was this girl who worked at the White House that he would just like, he fucked her all three holes and then passed her on to like his friends and brother and stuff. And she was in love with him. So she did it. And then when he died, she was like really devastated and she like couldn't grieve publicly and say like, you know, I was in love with that guy, the guy who got killed, the president. She wrote a whole book about it.
But how do you know it was all three holes?
Because that's what he also used to say, like, this is, I think I'm mixing up two stories, but JFK used to say, like, he's not done with a woman until he's had her three ways.
Nice. That guy's a pimp. That's a pimp.
That's pimp shit right there.
With back pain and a back brace, war hero.
Jack, if you're listening, this is all the information I need for interviews. I just need to get it all from the pimps.
Just give him your money.
Okay.
Be a good guy. Share the wealth.
I'll be a good John. A good trick for Jack.
You know who's not a good hoe is us. We don't even sell this. We just give it away.
We need a pimp.
That's
why
sure.
we're dumb bitches. That's what we're like.
If you're
so
a pimp
would get us on a Patreon or something. You know what I mean?
Patreon is a pimp. They take money for nothing.
Yeah. But at least
So if you want,
100%.
just PayPal us money. If you're a listener, PayPal us some money.
Yeah, maybe cover the costs of the podcast. That'd be kind of cool because I have to
Adam
start
needs a
paying
new
William
mic.
now.
I need a computer. We need things.
I found out that I'm really behind on payments for the podcast, so I owe William a lot. I'm in the hole right
You're gonna
now.
have to pay me with pussy payments.
Yeah, William has got me. What it is? Yeah, it's probably called something when a pimp has like entrapped a woman with financial like debt.
Yeah, it's called indentured servitude, I believe is the
Yeah.
terminology.
That's where I'm at with William right now.
Gotta work. Gotta work.
No.
Well, see y'all next week.
Right on.
Bye bye.